It's like the $1 million question.
Right now, school is about one right answer, and man, you better be the first person to get it. You better raise your hand fast, and you better jump on it. Kids are not thinking about problems in any real deep way. They are rotely performing acts. They are filling in blanks. They are memorizing formulas. They are regurgitating information, but that's not intellectual. And so we have neither intellectual spaces nor do we have humane spaces. And I think we're going to see increased problems.
Teachers are viewed more as actors who are just teaching a lesson that has already been designed, and the individuality and the autonomy that teachers once had is no longer present. And I think because of that, it's deprofessionalizing the profession. And so teachers are not viewed as intelligent, creative professionals by society and in turn by the students.
Other countries, you have teachers treated like lawyers or doctors, whereas here sometimes it feels like I'm a babysitter more so than an educator. It's the attitude that people hold about teachers, and there's just a lack of respect.
The people who are in charge of making decisions about what students do and what teachers do are not teachers. They're not educators, and they really don't ask educators' opinions. Policies and procedures that are, created and implemented are usually created and implemented by people who are not educators or who've never been in a classroom, and I think that's part of the problem.
And I think that as academics, we've actually stepped back and allowed this to happen to some degree. I don't think that we have taken enough of a role in shaping policy, in speaking out. And part of that's because we're doing the work. It's not that we're not, but I think we've disengaged from some of these conversations and said it's not our place, but it is our place.
It is our place, and I feel like there's starting to be a resurgence because people, and parents too, because people are feeling like, what is going on in schools? Why are these things happening? And I mean, I think it's time to take it to the streets because we have to have a different model.
The Newark Montclair Urban Teacher Residency is not just about supplying Newark Public Schools with new teachers. It recruits and prepares outstanding teachers who have a passion for urban education, deep commitment and dedication to the Newark community, and a relentless focus on high levels of student engagement and achievement.
In this program, there's so much of a safety net. You have your mentor teacher. I've told my mentee, even next year, you're not alone. If you need questions, help, just call us. They have their cohort who they've grown together like a little family, the brothers and sisters that they have, that support network, plus the professors that they've had in the past. So even if they have trouble finding mentors within their new place, they still have their back, fall back on the mentors they had previously.
The most challenging thing so far, teaching. I think teaching is the most challenging. You can't approach every child the same way because you could just go up there and teach it. But in order for them to understand it, you really have to make sure you know your students, and you have to prepare ways so they do understand. Just give them specific examples that they can relate to. So I think that's the most challenging part for me.
Being able to, just see where they're coming from, that's one of the things that I feel that the students will open up to. But it's rewarding when you've made that connection.
For me, I'd rather teach biology in a way that's meaningful and relevant to them as citizens of the world, not necessarily as future college students or future biologists, but not every student is going to be a biologist, and not every student will go on to college. So for me, I would rather not teach really detailed information about things that aren't as relevant to them, but concepts about things they can do to be better citizens and really understand how biology affects our lives every day.
You never know what students are going to say. You never know what they're going to do. Here, they're very artsy, very dramatic, so they're very emotional. They are very honest, which I learned. They will tell you what it is, even if you don't want to hear it.
One of the main focus of our academic instruction is to take away the role of a teacher as a speaker and as the lead of the class and give it to the students so they can build their own knowledge and we as teachers are just there facilitating that process, not dominating over the classroom.
We learn best when we learn from others. It's a collective wisdom that makes us smarter. It allows us to realize where our strengths and where perhaps some of our weaknesses are, and then who to go to when we need some assistance or support. We want to really open the doors of teaching and spread strong teaching skills, strong content knowledge, and strong pedagogical knowledge among the schools of Newark.
It's not like we've come up with something really brand new and innovative. I mean, the things that drive our program, the principles of teaching and learning, have been around for over 100 years. And we've been fighting for them for all of those years. But we have, I think it's about policy, and it's about who's making the decisions about schools, and what do they know about, and who are we appointing to be Secretary of Education.
I know the magic that happens when you get a caring, loving, convicted adult who is well trained and well supported. I know the magic that can happen in igniting the genius of a child. If you get a great teacher in front of children, that has such a profound effect on the outcomes of those kids, that if we can get that right and ensure that that teacher has the support, has the community, has that spiritual sustenance that they need in their profession, great things can happen. I tell you with great confidence that the future of Newark is strong, that our city will be what I believe we're called to be, which is a center of hope, of light, a center of possibility that can not just sustain and ignite the faith of this community, but I believe the work that you all are doing will be part of a larger story that helps to sustain the light and hope of what we say we are about as a country.